Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Come on in. Come in because we have an amazing interview today. Amazing interview. What is this interview about? Let's talk about it. So, there is a stigma. There's a stigma in our society, in our culture, as it relates to receiving mental health services. And I am here with my amazing friend. Oh my goodness, my sister, whom I respect and admire for her crusade in battling mental health issues. I so proudly introduce to you the legendary Marcella Rogers. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you. So, who is she? She is a licensed clinical professional counselor and owner of Answers Lie Within Inc., right here in our very own High Park neighborhood, right here in Chicago, Illinois. She received her master's degree in clinical psychology and has over 25 years of experience within the social services and mental health field. Her clinical experiences include rendering individual, family, group, marital, couples counseling, and facilitating workshops and or conferences. She provided services to at-risk children, youth, adolescents, and their families. She renders services to the homeless and chronic mentally challenged adults throughout the Chicagoland and surrounding suburban communities. She worked at psychiatric hospitals, government mental health programs, and social service agencies. She is committed to helping clients meet their needs. Her therapeutic approach is cognitive behavioral therapy and client centered. She is practical and goal directed clinician. She is a practical and goal directed clinician, focusing on each individual throughout the therapy process. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am super, super duper excited about this interview.
I am too. And thank you for having me. And I am proud. And so I'm a little nervous for being here because this is awesome. I'm so proud of what all you are doing and highlighting mental health because it's something that we do need to highlight and talk about. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for asking
Absolutely.
me to come.
Yes, yes, yes. So let's get right into it. So tell us what inspired you to become a therapist and how did you get started in this field?
That's a great question, Shanaira. So, what inspired me, I would say maybe around 7 or 8. I noticed that when I was younger, I used to go over people's houses or my relatives' houses or friends and so forth. And I would always gravitate to the ones that seemed down or hurt or angry or something is going on with them. And I would tend to like try to talk to them or I would try to do something or be silly. I was really silly back then and try to just uplift their spirits. It's just something about that I just did not like seeing people down or bothered and so forth. And so it just used to pull at my heart at a younger age. And so that was kind of inspired me. People inspired me. It wasn't like a particular person, but just people in general, people that's not doing well. And I didn't know that as a kid, though. I didn't know. I just knew something was wrong. And so I just tried to make them feel better. And as far as like, how did I get going? Like, how did I get here? Well, so I actually wanted to be a mathematician.
Really?
Yes. And then I said a psychiatrist.
Mhm.
Okay. So then when I said a psychiatrist, I don't know if you remember this, but I went away to school. I was pre-med psych at Xavier University in New Orleans. And so once I got there, I dropped the pre-med. And so I just went straight psychology. And so I was supposed to become a psychologist. But unfortunately, what happened is that, I was just been in school so long. I got my master's and so forth. And so I decided to just take a break. And so from there, I had wanted to start a mental health clinic, but I was like, well, maybe I'll start a private practice. So it started with me. I used to work for different places and I started slowly but surely seeing one client. Actually, I started pro bono. I was so scared that I started seeing people for free. And then once I felt a little bit more, because you're on your own. And so that's how, and then I started. And so what happened when I was seeing people, I used to just say, hey, I'm not here to give you the answer. The answer lies within. So I had that on that's my mantra. So I had it on my business card. The answer lies within. So this my wonderful friend here was like several years in it, doing it under my name. She had said, hey, Marcella, you should start a business because to protect yourself. And so then that's where answer lies within came from, because I was like, well, my mantra is the answer lies within. Drop the answer lies within. And so there, here we are. And so I've been an owner for about 17 years. No, I've been an owner of Answer Lies Within since 2016. But I've been in private practice for like 17 years. So,
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I have to add a personal story to a couple of things she said. She not ready for this.
oh boy.
So
Oh Lord. Really? Really?
I have to.
And we
I have to.
Okay.
I have to. We live,
All
right?
right.
So remember she said she would see adults and just see that something was wrong. Remember she said that she would see adults and see that something is wrong. Um, my father happened to be one of those adults.
Yes.
Um, we're young, we're in high school. So when you're young, you don't know. You don't really know. You don't key in. But she would key into those points, but just didn't have the the knowledge, right?
Training, nothing,
The
right? 'Cause
training
we're in high school
to really
right.
know what that was.
Right, but I just
So as we got older, you know what I mean? So she is telling you the truth when she is saying it was something in her younger where she would just gravitate to where she saw where people weren't, like 100% healthy in their 360-degree holistic state that we all should be in. So that's
a good one.
yeah.
Okay.
So yes. So let's
I didn't know what she was about to right.
We don't want me to get teary eyed right now
But
because
it's okay. It's
yeah.
okay,
So
though.
look,
It's okay.
So what? Tell me what areas of specialization that you have. What areas do you specialize in?
Okay.
What type of clients do you typically work with?
Okay. So the areas that I specialize in, I see a lot of people that's dealing with depression. I deal with a lot of individuals that deal with anxiety, um, anger management, grief and loss, all of those. Also, women issues, and also like life events, like, transitioning from different jobs or divorce and just things that happen. And so I definitely focus on that. And also, I have a lot of couples that I see too. So, marital issues, communication issues too. So, but mainly is grief and loss too. I have did a lot of trainings in that area too. So, I would say that. And as far as who I see, well, when I give you the description, I'm like, just say everybody, but I don't. But I do have some teenagers on my caseload, and then also I mainly definitely have a lot of adults. So I have young adults, I have adults, and then I have some older adults too that I see. So that's who I see right now.
Nice, 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 nice. So let's touch on this because we, and you may have experienced this, but we hear like people who've started receiving mental health services, but that connection just wasn't there. Like that relationship just wasn't there. So tell us, how do you approach building a therapeutic relationship with a new client, and what method do you use to help them to feel comfortable and understood?
You know what? When she asked me to do this, she didn't tell me she was gonna have all these great questions. You get what I'm talking about? But anywho, so that is an excellent question. Because I get a lot of people who I don't see or family friends ask me that question, or when I do workshops, they'll say, "Hey, how do I find someone?" Something just fell off the wall, so
Okay.
we're live. Anyway, so one thing that I do is I have this huge understanding that this is foreign, this is new for some people. But also, if you have had a negative experience with a therapist, then I really try to first ask like what was wrong with that, to understand that that whole interaction or incident that took place. But mainly I try to work on just that therapeutic rapport. I also work on developing a very safe environment so people can know it's okay to be vulnerable with me. Also, I use humor. My personality comes out in my sessions, so people get comfortable with me. So that helps. Having empathy is one of, like you said, what method I use. Having empathy, just allowing someone to know that you understand or you're trying to understand them. I use a lot of reflection. I use clarification. I use a lot of different methods of reflection so someone can hear. Like when I summarize, I hit pointers, or I use a different word to help them know, like, I hear you and I see you and you're not by yourself. And so that's a way that I kind of do, but mainly just really just creating a very safe therapeutic approach and just letting them know. But I also say to people, I'm not going to force you. So I'm going to come across the street. So if you're across the street, I'm coming across the street, and I'm not going to force you where I am. And we just meet you where you are.
Awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. So I know, I know you get people um, who I want to say are resistant, right?
Absolutely.
Resistant to therapy. Like, make the decision to go get therapy, but then get there and don't take full advantage of what's supposed to happen, like in that session.
Yes.
So how do you
Mhm.
deal with clients who are resistant to therapy and skeptical about its
Mhm.
effectiveness?
Yeah. Well, that's a great question, because I have that happens. It often happens. It happens. And so, one way that I definitely do that is that I recognize it. I say, hey, I'm noticing that you're not doing the homework, or you're kind of guarded. You're not as open. So I've one pointed out, and I said, can we talk about that? And so they can kind of tell me whatever's going on. And so I just tell them, like, hey, I'm going to meet you where you are. Like, whatever you need. If we just going to talk about anxiety, that's all we're going to talk about. If you're not ready to go deeper into your feelings or family situations or relationships or what all that other stuff, or the trauma you've experienced, we're not going to go there. But we're going to definitely take our time. I just say, though, because we're going to take our time, if it's stuff that you really want, like your other therapeutic goals that you really want to work on, it's going to take us a little bit longer to get there, but I got the time. It's up to you. And also just saying, like, hey, you have this. Use me. I'm here to help you. Help me to help you. And so that's what I kind of do with that. And I definitely love challenging clients. So, so
She's
yeah,
always loved the challenge. Okay. So
really. This.
so
Mhm.
okay. I was working at the health department
Mhm.
uh as a nurse when the mental health facilities were closed. Oh, communities came together, um, boycotting,
Mhm.
picketing, like
Mhm.
trying to get the government to understand how important mental health services are
Yeah.
and the impact it was going to have on our neighborhoods with individuals who are not receiving the therapy, the medications they need, the impact it was going to have. So tell me, and it's been a while since that has happened,
Mhm.
but tell me what do you see as the biggest challenge facing the field of therapy today, and how do you think therapists can best address those challenges?
Yeah, no, you brought up a good point, because that was definitely detrimental to the mental health field, and especially those that unsure as well as underserved in the communities, that were really affected. And so, one thing that we have challenged with is that that's where you see so many more homeless people, or people that are walking down the streets and they may be talking to themselves or angry. I remember something just happened recently in Hyde Park. We assuming that the person might not have been, stable, but yeah, it's still an impact. It's still a really, really difficult time for mental health, with people not receiving services, not only receiving services, but getting the therapeutic treatment that they really need, that's based on that individual, and not just doing a cookie cutter. So that's something that we're still working on. That's like, they're having one thing that we're doing as therapists is that we go to the government, and we put those slips in of, trying to go for different laws. And so that's one thing. And being with associations that I am, they really stay on top of us to make sure that we're voting for certain things, and getting our congressmen or congresswomen to do certain, to let the government or the governor as well as the president to hear us. But one thing I'm happy about is that the governor and the president have now really been trying to, embark and fund and provide that services that we need. Like, I know now, I think it's 988 that you can call. You know how you call 311, 911, 611. You can call 988, I believe is 988, that you can get mental health services that way. But anywho, I'm sorry, I sidetracked. So let me get back. So that is something. Another concern that I know we're having as therapists is that as larger companies are coming in, and they're starting to do like new age therapy, where they're doing it through an app or text. And so that is like creating even more people, like some of you all, if you experience that, like I didn't like that exactly because there was no connection. You're not connecting, you don't see the person, you're not having a real relationship that way. So what we're doing is just explain to people like, yeah, I'm available through text, but that's not therapy. We're not having therapy that way. I can respond if something is going on, but I need you to make an appointment with me for virtual or in-person sessions. And so that is something that is really starting to get a lot of communication going on in our field about just the new companies that's coming in and trying to provide new age therapy.
Awesome. This was awesome. This is absolutely
It was
awesome.
no,
This is
absolutely.
absolutely awesome. So I have to tell you guys, this wonderful woman is coming out with a book. Yes.
Yes.
We are hoping for that book to launch in 2023, correct?
Absolutely, absolutely.
She has a book coming out on healing.
Yes.
We've all experienced something through childhood, through relationships. We've all experienced something that we need to heal from.
Mm-hmm.
And healing properly from those experiences is so important.
Yes.
And so this book,
yes,
that she's coming out with,
yes,
is going to help us to heal. So let's get together and heal.
Yes.
Now, when that book comes out, I will be promoting that book for you to get that book and support her. She is absolutely amazing. I just want to thank you so much for being here. Please tell them how they can reach you.
Well, before I do that, I just want to say thank you for having me. This has been a pleasure. I am so proud of you. You are amazing, wonderful, beautiful, all of that. So I just want to say thank you and give you a doggone applause for just doing what you're doing. So thank you.
Thank you.
So how do you reach us? You can reach us at 773-369-0329, and we can provide whatever service, like give you any information. Either we can help you or get you the way or connect you or refer you out to someone that can help. You can also check out our website, www.answerslieWithinInc.com. And again, any of you all who are struggling with sadness, anxiety, mood going from one extreme to the other, anger, just death, there is help. There is help. And I know we run from our feelings, we run from it, but I'm asking each of you who are not seeing a therapist, who's afraid, to just try it out. You can just give me a call. I'll just talk to you over the phone, find out, some things I need to know, and I'll just try to guide and connect you to the right place that can definitely get you some help. Help is there, everyone. Please, we all need to take care of our mental health. And again, Shanera, thank you for having me.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. You have to get in contact with her so you can heal, because the answer lies within you.
Yes.
And the start is getting in touch with her. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Have an amazing rest of your evening.
Yes.
And please, the contact information will be there. It'll be up once this live post, in case you need to contact her and receive those services. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Bye. Thank you for having me.